I want to center this up. All right. And then we're going to want to change our scale for this as well. So let's do a point. Let's see what the 0.05 was. I think that's going to be closer. Yeah, that's more consistent. So we're going to want to rotate this down, and we'll bring it closer to the mouth. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I like that. All right, I like that. So I think we just want to have this be consistent, like the top one. We don't need to have this where when you grab it, you open and close the mouth. I'm trying to think. No, that won't matter. It doesn't need to be that set up like that. That's not going to really buy you any time, because once you move the jaw, it's going to be in relation to the jaw, not in relation to the upper when you start moving it around. So that won't matter. So what I'm talking about is if you select both of these, it moves up like this. I think that actually would be better to keep it that way, so that when you start doing like you can grab the lips and just kind of move them around, as opposed to when you grab them now they always stay open, and they always stay open or try to move away from one another. I think that'll cause you some problems when you get down into like finessing things. You're like, oh, I just want to grab everything and move it up. You won't be able to grab everything and move it up because your controller is flipped 180, and you're gonna sometimes look like you have your lips swimming around, which is gonna be a nightmare because you have to counter animate that. So we're gonna keep it like this. So now that we have that controller, we're gonna just make the other controllers for both sides. Again, our left, our right, and then our left corner and our right corner. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. I hope you're having a good time following along. I'm trying to go as slow as possible, and being as thought out about processing how we lay out things and explaining that, so that you have a better understanding of why I'm making the choices that I'm making here. And you'll be able to speak on it if someone's asking you, or if you're talking about this or talking about your rig with someone else. All right, so let's keep going. Let's save our file. Let's actually make this number 13 because we're working on a different part of the mouth. So I'm going to do save as, and we'll do lucky number 13. We want to create another joint. So let's go back over to our rig creator, select joint. We want this to be to the jaw. And this is going to be called mouth lower left. Yeah, that's it, mouth lower left. And it's to the jaw, and then create. So now what we can do here, since everything is to the jaw instead of the head, we can actually now take this one and do what we did before. Grab our snippet tool, grab these values, go back to our controller, our new controller, put in these exact values, all right, perfect. All right, so now we're there. We just want to move this over to the side. And what we talked about before was just want to keep it on this same cluster right here. So now I'm just going to rotate. Whoa. Just going to rotate around. You can also make your gizmo bigger and smaller by pressing your plus and minus key, so it's easier to select. All right, you rotate this more. Oof. Bring it back. and rotate it more. All right, I'm just trying to be a little nitpicky here. Make sure it's even on both sides. I kind of like it to be like that. Just following these lines that are here. Go up a little bit more. All right. That's pretty good. Is that too far? That might be too far. That looks good. And then we're going to have one more. Man, I've seen some people put them on each line. That's way too much. That's some nice articulation, though. But you're gonna want to pull your hair out. You should be able to make it look nice with your skinning. And with this being low poly, I think that'll work out fine. Yeah. All right. Save your file. We're gonna add one more right here. There's something off with how this is. Needs to move back some more, I think. All right. Now let's save our file. Let's go back to our joint. We're going to make another joint. It's going to be to the jaw as well. It's going to be mouth, lower left corner. And then create. We have our controller. Let's zoom in. We can give it the same value. But we're going to give it the one next to it. So let's select that controller. Let's get our snippet tool. Let's get our values. And then let's just place these values on our new controller. All right, so now let's move this to its ideal location. Just grab it like that. Move it back, some rotations up in here. All right, that looks pretty good. I like how that looks. This one's still bothering me for some reason. This one right here. It looks like it's in relation to the one it's next to. It's like I need to. That was a weird blink. Let's move this down a little bit. Again, have this conform to your character how you best see fit. you have to think about how the mouth is going to be shaped when it's moving, and that's what I'm trying to visualize when I go back and I'm changing ones that we're like, oh yeah, this one looks good. I'm trying to visualize how the lip is going to look, and in doing that, that's why I'm making these minor tweaks and adjustments, so that I can make sure everything is good, because it is a pain to go back and have to do this all over again, to be honest. So that's why a well thought out plan is good for how you want to set this up, and that's why we're taking our time and doing this, so we can get the best deformations possible. All right, let's work on our right version right now. I think we're good on the left. Let's save our file. Go back over to our joints. We're going to make another joint. This is also going to be to the jawbone. This is going to be mouth, lower R. And we're going to click create. Get our center value. And let's get our snippet tool again and grab these values that we're going to put on this joint. And then it's going to be 0, 709. Yeah, don't worry about using the numbers that I have. It's all going to be different based on your character. And this character that I'm using, by the way, I'll have the link in the description below. I actually purchased this character. A friend pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh my God, this looks really good. I was going to use a character that was like really old that I had, that I was going to just revamp, that I modeled, but I was like, man, this one looks really good. So I bought it, and it says that I can use it for this. So I thought it'd be cool to have something fairly up to date to use as the model to do these tutorials with. So that's what we're doing. So let's do our math right quick and rotate this around before we start messing with it. So we're gonna do 180 minus, so it looks like we're gonna just do a negative 180 if we do our rotations, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna do a negative 180. Or no, or just 180 by itself. Nice. All right. All right, so that looks good. Now we need to match it. So let's look at this one and grab the snippet tool so we can keep the values up. Now let's see where we can keep things consistent. So this one's a negative 146. So let's make that actually a negative 1.434. All right. Negative 947. So let's make that one, it's still negative 19. So we'll do a negative 19.47. That'll move it back a little bit. This one is still 299. So this should be 299.838. And now for our rotations, we can keep that at 180. That's what we want for it to be in that. We might need to rotate it a little bit more. So if we do, let's do some math again. Get your calculator out. Let's do 180 minus 29.266. So we're looking at a negative 29. So if that's negative 29, we can minus that from our 180. So let's do some more math. Since we are at 180, let's do 180 minus 29.266. And we get 150. So if we put in here 150.734, that's incorrect. Maybe we got to use negative 150. That looks correct. All right, awesome. So we'll leave that like that. And then I think we still got to do our Z, Y actually. So yeah, so this looks the same. So this should actually be 80.929.